For Iowa. They make this place such a difficult place to win, and we've been on the other end of this several times. So it feels really good today to be on the other side of it and get out of here with a win. Really proud of our guys, how hard they played. We kept the lead, we built the lead, we kept it, we didn't lose the lead, but they obviously came clawing back at us. I felt like we just made big play after big play after big play. Of course, Yarden had a special night, but she's a special player, as we know. But I thought all of them. I thought Sid Parrish, Strip making the shot when we were only up 3 with a minute to go at the end of the shot clock. That was a huge play for us. I thought Shea, although didn't shoot the ball great tonight, was good defensively. We're just happy to get out of here with a win. Really pleased with my group, how hard they played, and so this is a difficult league, as you guys all know. And so I was going to be just fine, but tonight we're happy to be getting back on that plane and headed back to Bloomington with a win.
Let's go questions for Garzon, Mike.
I mean, 2 games back-to-back where you kind of win late, close out. What can that do for a team?
I feel like we work a lot on the end of the game situations, and we try to be really disciplined there. Still have a lot of work to do over there, but I feel like we're getting better day by day. And yeah, it's always fun to win games. Like, make everything easier. That's it.
Questions for Yarden?
After your first three-pointer of the game, you sort of gave the Iowa bench a little bit of a look on your way back up the court. Did you sort of have an idea that this was going to be a good shooting day for you?
I just remembered last year here, and I didn't want it to happen again. So I just gave them a look to know that we are here and we're here to win the game.
Go ahead.
And then after that, after your last three-pointer, you blew a kiss to the crowd. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I missed all of this.
I don't know. It's something that I'm doing with friends, just like when you go out there and just have fun and hang out. So I felt it and just did it without thinking too much about it.
Any more questions for Yarden? Yeah, John.
Yeah, Yarden, speaking of last year, you talked about coming here last year, whether it was here or at Ohio State or whatever. It seems like sometimes you kind of were rushed and struggled a bit on the road, but today you had it kind of under control. Just what do you feel like the difference is from last year to this year with you when it comes to playing in these tougher environments?
I feel like we have a different team this year. Everything's changed. Our playing style changed. Our spirit changed. Like, our culture is the same, that we come into every game and we want to win the game, to be the toughest team. And I feel like every time we're on the road, we are trying to bring it with us. If we do that or not, it's a different question, but we are trying and we definitely want to do it every time when we are on the road.
All right, we'll excuse Yarden. Questions for Coach Moren?
Good job, Yarden.
Mike, go ahead.
Hey, Teri, similar question I asked Yarden. You close out both the Northwestern game and this one, kind of late game situations. What can that do for a team, kind of confidence-wise, when 2 close games back-to-back?
I think it gives our kids great confidence, but as I said to our staff, Mike, I was disappointed. We have to be so much better in late game scenarios, situations, as a staff. And I thought today we failed them with that. I didn't think we were we have to be on point with what the strategy is in those moments and in where the ball needs to be and whose hands it needs to be in, and so forth. And so I think we were all a little bit caught off guard that they didn't foul us, and put us at the free throw line. And again, I mean, everybody has different strategies, right? And so and we got to be better. But I got to be better. Our staff has to be better in order to help those kids. But I think for them, with the outcome, they're probably not even thinking about the end of the game. They're probably just thinking about getting out of here with a win.
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys forced Iowa to shoot its lowest percentage from the floor since 2019. Whether the shots were falling or not on the offensive end, it seemed like the defensive effort was always there. Mm-hmm. How important is it to have that defensive effort in an environment like this one?
Well, we knew that's every night in the Big Ten. You have to have a tremendous defensive effort, and playing here, playing Iowa was no different. We knew it was going to take a great effort from every one of us, and there were moments where, we gave up some stuff, but they're really good. They're really good offensively, and they got great tradition. And Jan's doing a terrific job, and very, very competitive environment. And the crowd just makes it that much better because of how much they're into it. But part of our strategy was to try to keep the crowd as quiet as we could today, and we did, and then we didn't at times. But yeah, you always. I'm still our bugaboo right now is the rebounding. This is I think the fourth game that we've gotten out rebounded, and so we got to fix that.
Question front row to your left, Coach.
Early in the game, there was the technical foul and a falter, and we didn't. What was the explanation you got? I mean, that was probably the most.
They didn't even give me an explanation. I don't know. I think she had scored, so I think there was probably some excitement on her part. And I think, you're not supposed to ever touch the ball after that. Normally it is a warning. But I don't know if they felt it was excessive. I kind of missed it. And so, but they didn't really give me an explanation. I'm sure you'd have to ask Jan that.
Second row to your left.
So Meister went out with 3 fouls early in the second half, and he went to Stripling. Meister had a pretty productive first half, but it looks like he got a plus 11 out of Stripling for the game. Did you have a whole lot of confidence in her getting into that role? Is that something you've depended on her
We
often
do,
for?
yeah. I mean, she was a great, as Shay was, such a great piece for us to get, out of the portal. She's been steady, defensively. They have different frames, right? So, they guard differently in the fact that, they both guard hard, but Lily's not near as, doesn't have the girth, I guess, that Strip has. And so, it's and then, offensively a little bit different, but they can both stretch it out, even though you didn't see them do that tonight. Strip has hit some big time shots for us. She was perfect at Penn State, but the one, not just the one tonight at the end of the shot clock, the one in the first half, on the baby baseline there, that was a big shot for us as well. And so she's been dependable, and we're so grateful that she chose to come here and spend her last year with us.
Zion, second row to your right.
Yeah, Teri, Chloe, she had 18 points, but also on the other end, she was kind of switching back and forth, guarding whoever the primary ball handler was for Iowa. When it comes to games like this in road environments, how big is it when you have a senior leader who does it all?
Well, she's our leader, and we've been on the other side of this, as you guys know, right? There's nobody, she and Sid both were more determined today to come in here and not go home without a win. So, she's our heartbeat. She's our leader, and once again, she was really good.
Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, Sydney got into foul trouble too early in the third, but she had her check back in, and she scored, I think, 9 points after that. How important was her kind of playing through that in the third quarter? And then after that, could you just comment on Yarden's game, what you saw from her today?
Well, again, Sid's really smart, high IQ kid, so understands how important it is for her to be in the game for us. And so, there's a lot of trust there with Sid, just trusting that she's not going to, be reckless and pick up, some cheap foul, that she can play within herself but still help us and still be aggressive, for us. And then Yarden was just, again, on a night, the other night against Northwestern where she was not very good. She would be the first one to tell you that. She had 6 turnovers, didn't shoot it great, for her to bounce back. But that's Yarden. Yarden is built for moments, right? And somebody said, ask over here about her first one. Even if that didn't go in, she was going to shoot, and she was going to keep shooting, and she was going to keep shooting because that's just Yarden. But tonight she certainly had a special night.
I have a question on Zoom. Seth, go ahead.
Always those top 10 battles and all the star power out there with Mackenzie and Caitlin and everybody else who's not there now, and it was just such a heated rivalry. Did it almost help your team a little to have the heat turned down on this matchup a little bit?
Well, I don't know who turned it down. We certainly didn't. You know, we have a tremendous amount of respect for Iowa, always have. Even though, you know, Lisa's no longer here, we have a tremendous amount of respect. You know, Jan is, you know, was on her left side for a lot of years, and so this is an excellent program that's been left in excellent hands. And so, you know, we didn't approach it any different. We really didn't. It was, we're going to go into a place where the crowd's going to be into it. They're going to be terrific, and our job is to go in there and try to keep them as quiet as we could. And so, yeah, I don't know who said that, but that was never a conversation in our locker room.
All right, thanks so